On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed one of the most catastrophic nuclear disasters in history. The explosion at the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant in the Soviet Union not only altered the course of countless lives, but also left an indelible mark on the environment. This is the story of the Chernobyl disaster and its aftermath, a tale of human error, heroism, and resilience. Chernobyl was a symbol of Soviet scientific progress. Located in northern Ukraine, near the town of Pripyat, the plant was part of an ambitious plan to meet the Soviet Union's growing energy needs. The town of Pripyat, founded in 1970, was home to nearly 50,000 people, primarily plant workers and their families. It was a model Soviet city, with modern amenities and a young, vibrant population. The Chernobyl plant used RBMK reactors, a design chosen for its efficiency and cost-effectiveness. Yet, this design had critical weaknesses. The RBMK reactor's positive void coefficient meant that it became increasingly reactive as steam bubbles formed in the coolant, leading to potential runaway reactions. Despite these known issues, the reactors continued to operate, driven by the pressures of meeting energy production goals. On the night of April 25th, preparations were underway for a safety test on Reactor 4. The test was intended to simulate a power outage and assess whether the reactor could be cooled down without external electricity. However, a combination of delayed procedures, operator errors, and design flaws created a perfect storm. Key safety systems were intentionally disabled, and the reactor was brought to an unstable low-power state. At 1:23 a.m. on April 26th, a sudden power surge caused the reactor to explode. The explosion blasted the 1,000-ton steel lid off the reactor, releasing a deadly plume of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The initial explosion was followed by a fire that burned for 10 days, further spreading radioactive particles across Europe. The immediate response was chaotic. Firefighters and plant workers, unaware of the true scale of the disaster, rushed to the scene. They fought the blaze without adequate protection, facing lethal doses of radiation. Their bravery prevented a larger catastrophe but came at a tremendous cost. Many of these first responders succumbed to acute radiation sickness within weeks. The residents of Pripyat, just a few kilometers away, were not informed of the danger until 36 hours later. By the time evacuation orders were given, many had already been exposed to high levels of radiation. Over 49,000 people were evacuated, leaving behind their homes and belongings. The bustling city turned into a ghost town almost overnight, frozen in time. What followed was a monumental effort to contain the disaster and understand its consequences. The story of Chernobyl is not just about a single catastrophic event, but about the enduring legacy it left behind. Join us as we delve deeper into the events of that fateful night, the heroism of the liquidators, and the long-term impacts on the environment and human health. The radioactive fallout from the explosion spread quickly, carried by winds across Europe. Areas of Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia received the highest contamination, but radioactive particles were detected as far away as Scandinavia and Western Europe. This widespread contamination posed severe health risks and environmental damage. In the immediate aftermath, the Soviet government established a 30-kilometer exclusion zone around the plant, evacuating over 100,000 people from nearby areas. This zone, once teeming with life, became an eerie, deserted landscape, symbolizing the profound impact of the disaster. The Soviet government's response to the disaster was marked by secrecy and misinformation. Initially, the scale of the disaster was downplayed, and international assistance was rejected. It wasn't until heightened radiation levels were detected in Sweden that the Soviet Union publicly acknowledged the accident. The liquidators, a force of over 600,000 soldiers, firefighters, and workers, were tasked with managing the crisis. Their efforts included constructing a massive concrete sarcophagus to encase Reactor 4, decontaminating the surrounding area, and preventing further radioactive release. These individuals faced extreme hazards, often working with inadequate protective gear and limited information about the risks. Years later, efforts to secure the Chernobyl site continue. In 2016, the new safe confinement, a massive steel structure, was completed and placed over the original sarcophagus. This new structure is designed to contain the radioactive materials for the next 100 years, providing a safer environment for ongoing cleanup efforts. The legacy of Chernobyl is a stark reminder of the potential dangers of nuclear power when safety is compromised. It underscores the importance of transparency, preparedness, and international cooperation in the face of such crises. Join us as we continue to explore the profound impacts of the Chernobyl disaster on the environment, human health, and the collective memory of those who lived through it. The Chernobyl exclusion zone, while highly radioactive, has seen nature reclaiming its territory. This area, largely devoid of human presence for over 3 decades, offers a rare glimpse into how ecosystems can recover in the absence of human activity. However, the long-term effects of radiation on these animals remain a subject of ongoing research. In the absence of human activity, nature has begun to reclaim the land. Researchers have observed an increase in biodiversity within the exclusion zone, providing a unique opportunity to study how ecosystems respond to extreme conditions. In memory of those who sacrificed their lives and health, memorials have been erected in and around Chernobyl. These monuments stand as a testament to the bravery of the liquidators and the resilience of the affected communities. Their stories are a poignant reminder of the human cost of the disaster. Today, Pripyat stands as a haunting ghost town, a snapshot of life frozen in time. The abandoned schools, homes, and amusement parks tell the story of a vibrant community abruptly silenced by the disaster. Despite the decay, there is a strange beauty in the resilience of nature reclaiming these spaces. For the communities surrounding the exclusion zone, life goes on amid the lingering presence of Chernobyl. People have adapted to a new reality, finding ways to coexist with the invisible threat of radiation. As we reflect on the journey through Chernobyl's echoes, we see a story of survival and renewal. The resilience of nature and the determination of the people who call this place home remind us of the enduring strength of life. The lessons learned from Chernobyl continue to shape our world, urging us to build a safer, more responsible future. The Chernobyl disaster also spurred significant advancements in radiation detection and environmental monitoring. International teams of scientists regularly conduct assessments to track radiation levels and study the ongoing effects on the environment. The lessons learned from Chernobyl have driven innovation in nuclear technology. Engineers and scientists have developed safer reactor designs and enhanced emergency response systems to prevent similar disasters in the future. The Chernobyl disaster remains one of the most significant events in modern history, a stark reminder of the potential dangers of nuclear power and the importance of safety and preparedness. It is a story of immense tragedy, but also one of resilience, innovation, and hope. New generations continue to learn from the events of April 1986. Through education and remembrance, the legacy of Chernobyl lives on, guiding us toward a future where such a disaster will never happen again. As we conclude this journey through the echoes of Chernobyl, we honor those who suffered and sacrificed. We recognize the progress made and the ongoing efforts to ensure that the lessons of Chernobyl are never forgotten. The echoes of that fateful night continue to resonate, reminding us of our responsibilities and our capacity for resilience and innovation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Chernobyl echoes of a nuclear nightmare. May we always remember the past, honor the present, and strive for a safer, more responsible future. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and let me know in the comments what video you'd like to see next.